Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, this time talking about 3 separate stories. And why 3? Well, they all came out. They're all one release. One release, one box set, 5,000 limited edition collectible booklets. Oh, and by the way, they're still available if you want one of those. And let's face it, after hearing this review, you're going to want one. So what am I covering? It's David Tennant's magnum opus. Yes, the 10th Doctor is now playing with the big boys and is at Big Finish. We've known this for well over a year, and boy, oh boy, was it exciting. But now they're actually out. You can own them, you can listen to them, and yeah, the Tin Dog podcast is proud to present a review of all 3 stories. So what have you got? Well, it's Doctor Donna. Whether they get Billie Piper back at some point, she's a little bit busy after all. Or even Martha, that much maligned and often ignored companion, who really deserves a Big Finish crack of the whip. We still have a lot to play with. Tennant loves audio. Tennant's Doctor was amongst everyone's favourites. But now he's in a different medium. Now he's playing on the same level playing field as John Hurt, as Colin Baker, his father-in-law, Peter Davison, and even, Lord bless him, the Governor himself, Tom Baker. In fact, everyone, yes, I know I didn't mention McGann, but we'll just leave that there, shall we? It's not like I haven't enthused enormously about his work over the years, but let's face it, you can now, if you really wanted to, compare and contrast David Tennant's audio work with the others. But that's not why we're here. Not this time. I'm sure we'll do it at some point. No, why we're here today is to talk about the 3 individual stories and give them just a little bit of a dusting down. First off, we have Technophobia. So what's it all about? Story 1.1, Technophobia by Matt Fitton. When the Doctor and Donna visit London's Technology Museum for a glimpse into the future, things don't go to plan. The most brilliant IT brain in the country can't use her computer. More worrying, the exhibits are attacking the visitors, while outside, people seem to be losing control of the technology that runs their lives. Is it all down to simple human stupidity, or is something more sinister going on? Beneath the streets, the Koggnossenti are waiting for all of London to fall prey to technophobia. One of the not problems, but one of the things that you need to deal with when you're doing audio Doctor Who is that you need to recreate the essence, the feel, the indefinable qualities that make up an era of Doctor Who. Donna Noble was beloved by everyone after she came back. People didn't like her in The Runaway Bride, mainly because in The Runaway Bride she was playing an obnoxious bride. She wasn't playing Donna Noble. There was too much baggage that the old school fans like me couldn't shift. We were, of course, wrong. Massively, totally and utterly wrong. Donna Noble is the greatest companion we have had since Doctor Who came back, and I will slap anyone who disagrees with me. Yes, a lot of arguments could be made for the quality of the acting, performances and all that kind of nonsense, but let's face it, when it came to Tennant, Donna Noble just worked.
This is K9. You are listening to Tin Dog Podcast. Please do not switch off.
Technophobia by Matt Fitton is an excellent introduction if you've never come across an audio before. And let's face it, there's going to be a lot of people out there who have never experienced Big Finish. They've just gone, yeah, it's the old Doctors, it's for the other people, it's not for us. We're David Tennant fans, we're fans of the new series, and so on. That's who will be buying this. And they're the people who need to be introduced to Doctor Who in the audio medium, nice and gently. And this is a great introduction story. Yes, arguments can be made for the alien voices all sounding just a little bit too artificial, almost comical. But it's a good, strong, solid story, a nice introduction. It doesn't jar you and it doesn't take you away from the purity that is the Doctor Donna era. Tennant hasn't been away. He's been playing the Doctor in his own head constantly from the day he left. He never truly left the role. He's clearly been practicing, and it's obvious. It's genuinely as if there is an episode of Doctor Who which you missed playing in another room and you're listening to it. You rush in and discover there's no visuals, but that's all that's missing. Everything else is present. If you've never experienced audio Doctor Who, just buy this. You will not regret it. Well, that's a lie. You may regret it on the grounds that you'll end up spending an absolute fortune on Big Finish product because you'll be so happy and so impressed. Yes, you think the story's going in one direction. Yes, we are channeling things from the time. Things, memes if you like, and God help me for using that word in a podcast, that illustrate perfectly what's going on when you watch the Doctor and Donna's era. There is wisecracking left, right and centre. There are other characters. You split the Doctor and Donna up. You get different narratives going on. You've got Donna saving the day, which was the recurring theme of the entire time. And that just works. However, the stories just keep getting better. With story number 2, you've got Jenny T. Colgan doing Time Reaver. Again, here's the synopsis. Story 1.2, Time Reaver by Jenny T. Colgan. Calibris, the spaceport planet where anything goes. Where anyone who doesn't want to be found can be lost. And where everything has its price. Where betentacled gangster Gully holds sway at the smugglers' tavern Vagabond's reach. Aliens are trying to impose some order on the chaos. Soon the Doctor and Donna discover why an illegal weapon is loose on the streets. A weapon that destroys lives slowly and agonisingly. The Time Reaver. Now, I don't want to give away anything that could possibly be a twist or a turn or a story arc or anything like that. There's a great moment, however, when somebody might possibly say there's something on your back, Donna, and that just took me way back. That was clever, that was interesting, and that was well put in because, well, we all remember what was on her back. Catherine Tate is a shining gem in these audios. Yes, she might be a bit of a loose cannon when it comes to interviews, and she might even have not understood everything that was going on in Doctor Who, but she had David with her who would explain everything. They are a wonderful, wonderful pairing. And yes, this story might sag a little at the beginning during the setup, but once it gets going, once the meat is on the table, and once a certain ex-Davros Mr. Malloy turns up in order to act everyone else under the table, you're in for a treat. Which brings us to the absolute gem of this box set. Story number 3, Death and the Queen. This not only feels like an episode from the series, it feels like one that you missed and were kicking yourself you didn't tape. It feels like one of the best Dr. Donna stories ever. It channels things that you know would have been wonderful to watch on the screen. Here's the synopsis. 1.3 Death and the Queen by James Goss. Donna Noble has never been lucky in love. So when one day her prince does come, she's thrilled to have the wedding of all weddings to look forward to. Though the Doctor isn't holding his breath for an invitation, and her future mother-in-law is certainly not amused. But on the big day itself, Donna finds her castle under siege from the darkest of forces, marching at the head of a skeleton army. When it looks like even the Doctor can't save the day, what will Queen Donna do to save her people from death itself? Now, although I'm reviewing all 3 of these stories in one go, it is important to remember that they are available individually. So if you can't afford the 30 quid pre-order CD, and let's face it, that's pretty impressive for what you get, or even the pre-order digital price of £25, you can get them individually, and I will give you a recommendation for a single purchase if you're only interested in one of them at the end. But I would go and get them all. I genuinely would. But let's talk about each individual one. Yes, the idea of Donna marrying a Prince Charming is brilliant. Yes, there are other characters turning up in this who I genuinely do not want to spoil, but God knows I want to share with you, because it's just brilliant. It's well structured, it's well written, it's incredibly well acted, and it's just on this side of camp. Depending on which side of camp you think is good, it's on that side. It's just glorious. So thank you, Big Finish, for trying and trying and trying until you got your man and woman. I genuinely hope these are a success. They feel like actual episodes from the series, and I, for one, am grateful beyond words. So sit back, relax, and just enjoy these absolute gems. If you are going to buy just one, you've probably guessed it's going to be Death and the Queen, but don't just buy one. Buy them all. You will not regret it. If ever you've thought audios aren't for me, get this and you'll know once and for all whether they are or not. And trust me, you'll probably say yes, they are. The 10th Doctor and Donna are here to stay, and I hope we can have more stories from them. So until next time, when I'll probably be talking about Doctor Who, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who, The 10th Doctor Adventures.
Ready for departure.
What is this place?
Calibris, brilliant place. An entirely mechanical planet. Catch, hitch, fuel, fix, buy pretty much any kind of transportation in existence. This M-Pad's a massive leap in user-friendly tech. Meadow Digital's ahead of the game on the chipsets. Quadruple core nano circuits and a sleek, sexy designer package. Ultra thin, look.
You're talking, but it's all geek to me. Can we go?
Yeah, I suppose. Robots running amok. Donna, we're on!
Remain where you are.
Bex, grab my hand. God, Donna, one of us needs to. And I can't.
Come on if you're coming. Don't want a dislocated shoulder for nothing.
Do not run. We require test subjects.
Ah, there it is! Vagabond's Reach, Tavern of Taverns, most feared social environment in the galaxy.
You've never been up Sugar Hut on a Tuesday.
You don't know everything about me. Ready?
Is this the front door? They don't even have bouncers.
Yeah, basically, think of them all as bouncers.
Doctor!
Stay still.
Watch out!
Oh! Thanks!
Where to run, stranger? 8 hands. That table is natural.
Doctor! What is happening? Doctor!
I'm hanging on to your banner. There's a skeleton around my neck. Oh! Oh, that has definitely never happened before.
Big Finish. We love stories.
What are you saying? They fizzled in somehow? Like the TARDIS?
Yeah, transmat from another dimension. The TARDIS doesn't fizzle. It's more of a...
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.